All right, parents, step into my office real quick. Let's talk about positive parenting. What the hell is positive parenting? I know what you're thinking. What the hell is positive parenting, right? Okay, let me tell you what positive parenting is. Positive parenting is parenting on the basis that there's a mutual level of respect between parent and child. I know what you're saying. I'm the parent. My child's supposed to respect me. I don't have to respect them. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Respect goes both ways, parents, and you have to respect your kids. Why I gotta respect my kids when I'm the parent and they're the easy, because eventually that child is going to eventually become an adult, and you want that adult to have a mutual understanding and respect amongst all people, correct or no? Or do you want to just be a bad parent and just send your kid out into the world and make us have to fix it? Hashtag terrible parent. So positive parent just means I can't hit my child? Positive parent goes a lot deeper than just not hitting your child. It involves consequences and following through with those said consequences. But it also, it does kind of mean you don't put your hands on a child, because you're giving your child, instead of a what, you're giving your kid a why. All kids need a why as to why their behavior needs to be done. We're always constantly telling them, you need to do this, you need to do this, stop doing that, stop doing that, stop doing that. But we never tell them why they should stop doing that. Yes, sometimes it can cause them harm, so we tell them, we want you to be safe, so we want you to stay away from that. But sometimes it's not about safety. Sometimes we just don't want them to do it because that's not what we want them to do. And that's when we have the difficulties, and that's when we get the pushback between the kids. Okay, but I'm not about to let my kids walk all over me. And no one is saying let your kids walk all over you. I promise you, if you follow these directions, you can have some peace in your house, as well as some camaraderie between you and your kids. You'll understand your kids better and understand why they do the things that they do. Most of the time, they're seeking attention. So are you giving them enough attention? Most times, parents are saying yes. You're thinking yes, but not all the time is it the attention that they're craving. Okay, so listen up and let me tell you why. Sometimes we need to worry about helping the kids focus on the internalization of the discipline and the why, as I said. All right, I'll give it a try. So what do I have to do? The first thing you have to do, which I know is the toughest thing that you're going to have to do, is remain calm in every situation. I know that's easier said than done, especially when little Johnny is running around like a chicken with his head cut off, right? But if we stay calm, we control the entire mood of the conversation and the tantrum, right? So if you're constantly here and your kid is all over like kids do, right? If you're always here, they understand that you are in control. If you match their chaoticness, then they know, okay, I'm able to pull them out of their spot, right? I'm able to pull them off their rock, and I can get mommy mad. I can get daddy upset. I can make them mad. That's the attention that they're going to seek. That's the attention that they're going to thrive for, right? Because they see that they can get a rise out of you. So no longer are you in control. They've realized that they can control your emotions better than you can. Also, always remembering that when staying calm, you are your kids' biggest role models, right? So you have to show them the best way and model the best way of handling a situation. And if you're calm in the middle of their chaos, they're going to always see they're just going to stick in their head for when they become older, when they get older and they get in situations where, their blood pressure gets raised themselves, and they know, okay, my mom kept her cool even when I was going crazy, or my mom kept her cool when everything was going crazy. So you know what? I can do this. I can stay calm. I can think. I can get this together, and I can get this down. Next thing. Think before you speak. Be careful and be mindful of your words. These are children, and everything that we say, they take it literally. They don't have the capacity to understand things in abstract thought a lot of times. Even with the older kids, still be mindful of your words. Yes, they understand what you're saying, but sometimes those words, what's the phrase? Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Lies, fairy tales, and fallacies. Everything hurts to little kids, okay? Every single word. You are not my friend. Do you know how heartbroken a child is when you say that? You're no longer my friend. Oh my God, I've had kids in tears because I told them I didn't want to be their friend anymore. And I enjoyed it. But still, that's beside the point. But if you talk to your kids on a regular and you get in their heads and you're having these open conversations with them, then you can discuss these things so that when these headbutts come about and when these disciplining times come about, then you'll be able to have those tough conversations with your kids and be able to discuss the why they're misbehaving or why they chose to make the choice that they made against your better judgment or against your wishes. Then you can have that open dialogue with them without so much of a barrier, and then you won't have to do so much yelling. Just trying to help you out from screaming, because y'all scream a lot. Hey, here's one thing you can try. Let's try some positive reinforcement. Remember, for all my parents with older children, remember when that little one was around 2 and you were potty training and you were giving rewards and you did all the potty dancing and you did all the extra stuff every time there was leaving a little trickle? Go back to that concept with your kids. Go back to the positive reinforcement. Go back to that way you can see those positive behaviors that you want to happen, those desired behaviors. You can kind of control that with treats and monetary gifts or allowances or, a break from chores. You choose the reward. But kids respond to incentives. They need a reason why. And a lot of kids are not going to do community service. A lot of adults aren't going to work for free. So why do you think kids are going to work for free? They got to get something for something. And then also, be consistent. If you're going to start a rewards chart and you're going to start a reward system, stay consistent with the reward. Don't fall off for a week or a day even and then expect that child to continue with those desired behaviors. A kid, it's going to sound really bad coming from a therapist, but a child is like a puppy, right? So puppies are forever infants. They're in constant training. They're constantly having to be rewarded in order to get the behavior that you want, correct? Think of kids kind of like puppies. That sounds horrible. I know it sounds horrible, but the training is similar, unfortunately, / fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Now, let's talk about choices and giving kids choices. Kids don't get no choice. They ain't getting no choice around here. Don't ask to get nothing. Well, you're going to get what I give them. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, okay? Let me tell you why. You want to empower your kids really early in their life. Right? You want to send them out into the world with this sense of confidence and this sense of belief that they can conquer the world. In order to do that, it starts at home. So giving them a little control in the home eliminates their need to seek control out in the outside world so early. So that can eliminate, the little squabbles you see at school, kids fighting over control, basically. The little stuff you see between siblings, the spats between siblings, it can cut that. You have to empower your kids and give them a little bit of control. And that comes with offering them choices. Okay. So instead of, no, don't do that. Right. Because that's so easy to do. Or no, don't touch that. That's so easy to say. And it is, because it might be dangerous for them to touch whatever they're bothering. Instead of saying that, how about giving them an alternative, a healthier alternative? So instead of, no, you can't have this candy, it would be, how about we try these apples instead of the candy? How about we get this instead of that? So you're still in control of the options, but as far as they're concerned, they think that they're giving a choice. And that's important to them, for them to believe that they're making a choice on their own and they have some type of control over their own autonomy.